Hey y'all, welcome to Reflecting Divinity. I've got a new pick a card reading for you today, and we will be beginning with the Witch's Familiar Runic Oracle. So for reading 1, you have Ehwaz. Reading 2, you have Gebo. And reading 3, you have Uruz. And I will read from the book so that you can tap in a little bit more, feel into which message is for you. So reading 1, Ehwaz, you have the horse. The horse is a trusted helper and a stalwart companion on the longest journeys, working with humanity in a role of companionship and trust for millennia. The horse knows the power of a team and cooperation. Ehwaz, while a swift energy, uses no force. Its way is persuasion, suggestion, and invitations of friendship. The power of this rune lies in union and partnership. Ehwaz points to symbiotic relationships, to the joining of individual and harmonious beings. It encourages you to find flexibility and be adaptable to change. This is a time to go with your heart or intuition, not your head. All right, and for reading 2, Gebo, Swan. The swan knows the gift of lasting love. Joining with their partner, they exchange a promise and a bond of fidelity, allegiance, and trust. Each lives in the harmonious cycle of giving and receiving while caring for, loving, and protecting the other. Gebo is a beautiful and generous symbol of sacred exchange. To receive, you must also release. When blessed, you should in turn bless. Gebo encourages honoring your commitments and contracts and returning like for like. Union comes in many forms: love, friendship, family, and business. And for reading 3, Uruz, bull. The powerful bull stands strong and unyielding, and obstacles fall away before his confidence and strength. He possesses a deep calm, as fear has no place in his heart. He is absolutely certain of his own solidly grounded might. A bull, when encountered in your path, is a significant obstacle. Uruz is a rune of untamed power that is neither owned nor controlled. In a reading, it brings a message of strength, courage, and overcoming all that stands in your way. A primal life force, it indicates a time of great energy and health. Business ventures and speculations are successful. There is a sudden breakthrough, even when all seems lost. Sudden or unexpected changes occur, usually for the better. Uruz represents the shaping of power and patterns and the formulation of the self. So, you can take your time to decide which reading is calling to you today, and I look forward to seeing you at your selected reading. Hi, reading 1. If you chose Ehwaz, horse, this is your reading, and we're going to start with the Unfolding Path Tarot. And just to explain a bit, I'm going to be using a spread from the guidebook of this deck that is looking at what your path will lead you to today. And there will be 4 cards. The first being, where will your path lead you? The second being, what blessings will be on your path today? The third card being, what challenge or obstacle might be on your path today? and then how you can face that challenge or obstacle as the fourth card. All right, so let's look. So you have the Ten of Wands, you have the Page of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups, and you have the Star. Okay. So the Ten of Wands is coming in as where your path will lead you today. And so today, whenever you are coming across this message, you may find yourself a bit overwhelmed, a bit in a stressful place. And I am going to make sure you can see the cards fully. So your path today is going to be asking you to tap into your own creative energy, your unique problem-solving abilities, to harness your intuition as well as your aptitudes and skills to come to a solution. I am feeling that there is a sense of struggling to find balance and peace right now, that this may be your challenge, especially with the Queen of Cups coming in, representing the challenge. That could be what you are being asked to work toward, what you are being asked to achieve, I suppose, as what feels like an inner work for you, because it looks like there has been more burden and stress on you recently. And the blessing that's coming in, though, is there is a spark of inspiration with the Page of Wands. There's an idea, there's a kind of a solution, what it feels like. There's something that is coming about from within you to help you step into that calmer place. Because what it feels like is you may be struggling to figure out how to release some of this stress and worry, the burdens, everything that you've been carrying around. It feels like it might be coming to a bit of a boiling point. And the wisdom of the Star coming in with the healing waters, the healing power of the stars. There is a stripping down, like getting to that point of vulnerability and allowing a new energy to wash over you. The Star could be helping you to see where you're being asked to cleanse and clear, that will help you get to a seat of power as far as your emotions. I keep feeling that there could be a friend coming in for you with the Queen of Cups, and they may be offering an ear to listen. They may be offering advice, potentially helping you with coming to this solution with these burdens you've been carrying. It's like little fires, I feel like you've been putting out little fires and trying to fix things, and you've been so wrapped up in that, stuck in that energy for a while, that it can be hard to see when someone is offering you a chance to release some of that and shed some of that. So that's really the challenge. It's like, how can you give yourself the time and turn some of that energy toward yourself so that you can release some of like putting out the fires for other people and come back to you and your healing and being an example of that. because there is this shift from all this kind of heat, fiery energy with the wands, that you're able to come to a cooler, calmer state. And actually, the way it's coming through is utilizing that fiery energy for yourself, revitalizing yourself, allowing that again to be turned inward and released with someone else who can be that stable person who is emotionally in tune and is not going to be amped up as far as the energy goes. It feels like they're going to be able to help you vent and release the emotions necessary. But it's allowing that time, that exchange, that conversation. Have you made that time for yourself? For some of you, this could be a meeting with your therapist or even your mentor, something like that. There's much needed respite and really acknowledgement of where you've been and what you've been going through. Again, I was feeling like boiling point, and it feels like this is something that has been built up and it is asking to be released. But that ultimately with the star, you have this ability within you already. It's allowing it to come out and to the surface to be shared. And that saying of making sure that you are pouring from a full cup. There needs to be that time to fill your own cup again. To retreat a bit is what it feels like. So we have evolution, empowerment, transformations, protected, preparedness. On, you have another horse. You have reality check, number 31, assessment, exploration, honesty, determination. Yeah, so with Ehwaz and that horse energy being a swift but not forceful presence is key, because it's like you can't force yourself or other people in your life to change and shift. It has to be naturally opened up and naturally initiated is what it feels like. And there is a part of you that can come about when you release a little bit of the focus on everything that has to be done and like worrying and preparing for the future, things like that. It's becoming a bit more present. And I feel that with the reality check card, there is that reminder to come back to your center and to be more of an observer, an objective observer, using your intuition, yes, but coming more from a neutral position where you aren't as caught up in the emotions and the energy of things, to tap into your third eye, especially with that unicorn, to be a bit more curious about the things that have been coming up in your life consistently, because it feels like with this question, it's like, where will your path lead you today? Well, today you're being faced with a big bag of wands that you can't carry up the stairs. But it feels like this has been a consistent struggle for you. And there's an invitation to switch things up and to evolve from this routine, this rut potentially that you've been in, to actually shift that focus again inward, finding that inspiration within, that creative energy within you, and focusing it on yourself with what you need right now. Because that would be you empowering yourself and preparing yourself energetically for that healing and cleansing energy of the star. So we have Messenger, Sirius energy, bringing harmony and balance. Yeah, you're needing some of that harmony and balance for sure. Double mission, Lightworker, Starseed. Serve the world by being you. And that feels like such a key part of the message coming through for you, reading one, because with the star, that is the energy of being a teacher, being a way shower, being a light worker, doing the inner healing, the inner work to create that path for others to follow. You have that innately. And that is how you can begin to shift your life and the lives of others. And with Messenger coming in, I do feel like this is your guides tapping you on your shoulders. Like coming in behind you on the stairs, tapping your shoulders. I mean, like, hey, maybe there's a different way to manage this, to move through life. And it's shifting into a different mindset, coming from a more balanced perspective. And again, that is bringing in the harmony. And I am getting a message that people, they appreciate your energy and your creative ability, your ability to really make moves in the world, but that sometimes that is not respected, I would say. It could be overused, and that wears you out. So today you are being faced with that question. What feels like posed by your guides. How do you want to change your reality today? How can you shift the energy today for yourself? And it's making a much bigger impact than just on today. This feels like it would develop into a way of being, a daily routine. And so one of the questions coming in for you is, are your relationships uplifting you? Are they supporting you? Are they creating balance? And are the people in your life giving as much as they are receiving from you? This could be a call to practice some boundaries, to practice some manifestation for what it is you desire and what it is you deserve as far as your life unfolding for you. Those connections, are those relationships, whether it's people, whether it's with work, however it's showing up, how you relate to these parts of your life? Are they allowing you to be you? Because that is the essence here. It's getting to that more balanced, unified you. Let's see what your final message is. And this is from the Magic of You Oracle. We have 26, protection, set personal boundaries. Yeah, it is feeling that. I mean, you have protected here as well. So you've really been giving so much away, and Spirit's wanting you to give to yourself. So I'm going to read from the book. Boundaries. It's time to set them. Small areas of ugliness are blinding you to the greater beauty that is your rightful environment. The girl of protection anchors herself softly in the present moment, yet her back of white thorns shields her from the negative naysayers of the outside world. She is not defined by her thorns, but she keeps them ready. Of particular significance with this card is setting electronic boundaries around phenomena like social media. At this time, people around you who have been allowed access to your space may not have your best interests at heart. Protect yourself. Do not suffer fools, and do not be hardened by others' cruelty. Have compassion for their wounded souls, and yet set firm boundaries. Just because they are hardened, it doesn't mean you have to be. Be soft, but strong. Yes, reading 1. Be the Queen of Pentacles. Be that open, ready to receive, ready to listen, ready to give, but not take on the burdens and the stress and the wounds of others. That you have the ability to bring up your inner power with that Page of Wands, to really amplify your solar plexus energy, feeling that center, feeling into your sacral and down to your root, ground in your root. And before you go out into the world, practice that. Feel your inner strength, your inner power, that energy, and that will sustain you and those boundaries. It will act as a reminder for you in moving out in the world, and the people that are, asking or trying to take from you, you will be able to be compassionate without sacrificing yourself. And that is you stepping into the power of the star and actually being an example of the light, of the healing light, of the hope for other people, to start to shift, right? To be a part of the evolution. You will start to actually empower others by saying no to certain asks, to certain dynamics and relationships. By saying no, you are empowering them. And you will be able to kind of disconnect from them energetically because you're very empathic and you are feeling what they're feeling. And if you can separate that and know what is your truth, your reality, from that neutral perspective, you have a much better idea of what is in your best interest and what is aligned for your highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good of all. And I'll just say, with horses, they are gentle, they are graceful, but yet they are also extremely strong and powerful and quick moving, and they set their boundaries. they do it in a way that it can be very gentle and very subtle. And that sometimes that's all it takes. So to tap into that energy of the horse, that it can be subtle and that can be enough. But if that's not enough, step more into that fiery power, and the horse has that, right? They will kick, they will bite when they need to. And they are careful about who they trust, right? And who they incorporate into their circles. And you have that right, that divine right. So I hope this reading was helpful for you, reading 1. I really appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more from me and you are not subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. If you want to see more from me in other areas, I do have an Instagram at Reflecting Your Divinity. If you resonate with my readings and would like to work with me one-on-one, I do have an Etsy shop, Reflecting Divinity. I also do virtual one-on-one sessions if you want to go even deeper and work more directly with me. I have that as well in the description box below. I wish you all the best. I give you my love. Until next time, bye, reading 1. Hi, reading 2. If you chose Gebo, Swan, this is your reading, and we're going to start with the Unfolding Path Tarot, and we're doing a spread that's from the guidebook for where your path is leading you to, with the first card being, what is the day, the path bringing you? The second card being, what blessings are coming up on your path? The third card being a possible challenge or obstacle on your path. And the fourth card being how you can face that challenge. All right. So, let's see. We've got the King of Wands. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Four of Pentacles. And we have Temperance. All right. Right off the bat, your path will be leading you toward either someone that is the King of Wands. There's someone who could be presenting you an opportunity or initiating something that you then can move forward with or do something with. It feels like a bit of a choice for this opportunity, and this King of Wands presenting this, coming in and spearheading it. And with the Knight of Pentacles being the blessing available to you, this feels like the opportunity to make something grow, to be able to move forward in something that is promising, and it feels like a good opportunity. The challenge being the Four of Pentacles is getting caught up in whether this is enough and whether you're being asked to invest more with Gebo and that sense of union and partnership, and that it could be romantic, but it could be a business type of partnership, something else. Like, there is that sense that either you or someone else is coming in as the King of Wands, and there's this almost partnership with the King and the Knight here to make something happen, to build something together. But with the Four of Pentacles, that would be the challenge to overcome some of the hesitancy about releasing your hold on the resources you have so that it may grow. And Temperance coming in and helping you to realize that there is always balance to be had. There is the right formula for this to work out if both sides are willing to allow a give and take, to allow for the time, like have the patience to make this work, to really give it the time to blossom. There's a message here about not feeling like it has to happen overnight, that this may take a bit more time, a bit more unpacking, and figuring out how to move forward with the energy of the King of Wands, that drive, that willpower, that energy to get things done, and what could be a little bit more of like a forceful energy, that working together with the energy of the Knight of Pentacles, who may be moving forward, but it's moving forward at a slower pace, at a more steady pace, and that sometimes the steady pace is the most stable and assured, like you will get to the end. Whereas if you are one of the other knights, there's more of a chance for things to go wrong, because especially with like the Knight of Swords or the Knight of Wands, there's faster pace, yes, but you risk, right? Like losing, because there's always that sense of like carelessness or not seeing the full picture. So there is some balancing out between these two energies, these two people. And I feel like this is this must be like the third or fourth reading in a row that I've done. And there's a sense of partnership. And it hasn't necessarily felt like romantic or just business or just romantic, right? Like, so this is for different people at different stages. So of course, take what resonates and release the rest. But there is this, yet again, we're being reminded by Spirit to take time to figure out a partnership, a relationship. There could be a bit of a message here about holding on a bit too strongly on things that, in your opinion, are the quote-unquote right way to move forward, that there's more nuance here, and Spirit saying these two people are unique and in many ways opposites, but that's what makes them click, and it makes something entirely unique. I do feel like there's a message about allowing yourself to open up and be vulnerable, to remember the practical along with the inspirational parts of this dynamic. Yeah, I feel like some of you are being presented something by the King of Wands, and this is like an opportunity. Maybe it's a job opportunity or something, and you're not starting out what feels like at like the very bottom, like entry level. It feels more like in between, and there's a chance to grow, but it may take a little bit more time for you to get adjusted to this job or partnership. With that Four of Pentacles, it's going to feel different, I feel like, than you're used to, and it will take more of that temperance energy. The mixing of oil and water, like, it will happen, but it takes a bit more focused awareness, not even energy. It's kind of like giving it time to work itself out. We have 24. Focus on your health, wellness, active, radiant, nourishment. And we have be the real you. Freedom, authenticity, uniqueness, courage. And that's 15. So as you're stepping into this Knight of Pentacles energy, I can't help but notice similarities in the outfit and that sense of shedding that more like stuffy business attire for something that is more fitting to you and your presence. And so if you are going into a position that you are feeling like you either need to be more conservative or restricted in some way, Spirit's saying don't get caught up in that pressure, because what it feels like is it's not really there, but I feel like some of you want to make a good impression. There could be an old habit or pattern of hiding your idiosyncrasies, that are unique to you, your special qualities, that it's really time that you're stepping into this role, this position, this relationship, this dynamic where you're really being asked to be yourself to the fullest, that you're not meant to tone it down. And I feel that in some ways, then you are developing into that King of Wands energy where you're letting your full personality and vibrancy build you up. You can figure out in shedding some of this outer layer that you would have hidden behind your slowly building up your confidence in yourself. If some of you are frustrated at where you're at and you wish you could do more, but you feel like you're stuck with what you have right now, and there's like a sense of feeling stalled, that you can't quite move forward yet. If this is happening in a relationship, work, something like that, then turn to your health, your physical health, as well as your mental health, emotional health, but especially the physical, because I am feeling that getting out any excess energy that can't be released, expressed in the dynamic that we're talking about, this is something that will help balance you. It will help to get you processing and releasing your creative energy and allow for just more freshness, more fresh ideas, and it will calm your nerves. I feel like that's important to say. that it will calm your nerves. But two, to focus on how you are embodying your body, how you are embodying your emotions, your thoughts. Because if you are, in this energy of attracting a partnership or relationship, Spirit is saying you have to come from that point of being yourself. You have to come from that place. You have star family. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. And then we have trust in the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. Yeah. So, yeah, because there is that sense of like some impatience or wanting to move forward, but feeling like you may be stuck. Spirit saying to trust the timing, that it is working out, that there are these ebbs and flows, and to trust that when there is a bit of stillness, there's a stall, the things are shifting still. And I just heard soak it in. So the other message here with Star Family, I feel, is kind of going back to that Gebo and the Swan, and putting yourself out there to meet the people who are going to be an integral part of your life, to energetically open up to them and be a part of community, to be willing to ask for support when you need it in this time, to remember that your guides are with you, that your ancestors are with you, that there are also people right now in human bodies that are like-minded and are also working toward the same types of goals, that they feel called to similar roles, and that it's not a competition, that it's best if we can work together and support each other, because really we're each holding a different light and it's complementary rather than a competition. And that's what true partnership is about. Reading 2. This time, if there's a sense of being stalled, it's a time to nourish yourself, to better yourself, focus on yourself if you are waiting for that partnership. This is your final message from the Magic of You Oracle. We have 30, serendipity, merge with the flow. And I will read from the book. Be aware that opportunities are lining up around you. Merge into the flow of life. Trust it in all its light and shadows. They have brought you to this point. Maybe unbeknownst to you, you are perfectly poised for opportunity right now. Trust your efforts and recognize the signs of serendipity occurring around you. This means you are where you are meant to be. doing what you are meant to be doing. Be conscious of follow-up and follow-through. Good fortune forms around you. The girl of serendipity merges into the leaves of life, and they welcome her into their nourishing and lush embrace. Like them, she is growing in abundance and opportunity. Fresh potential awakens. Everything happens in its right time and place, exactly as it is meant to. Yes, reading 2. Yes, you are seeing the signs. You are on the right path, and it is happening for you in the right time. To trust that, to trust the little signs and synchronicities. That's the serendipity. Those are the messages from Spirit that's saying, hey, you are in flow, you are in alignment. And the Knight of Pentacles really is taking that opportunity and letting it grow, going with it as it develops. You may not see the end result yet, but it's happening, it's unfolding, right? And that you realize now that you have these opportunities, even within an opportunity, you're gonna have more opportunities. So it's not like, it's a one and done deal, reading 2. And yeah, trust the flow of the timing, which I know can be difficult, but use the time on, being your best self, and things will begin to move when they need to. And enjoy this process. So it feels like many blessings are ahead for you, reading 2. So I hope this helped you. If you enjoyed it, I would love if you gave it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me and you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you here. And if you are a subscriber, I appreciate you. I will say that if you want to see more from me in other ways, I do have an Instagram. It's at Reflecting Your Divinity. And I also just recently launched an Etsy shop called Reflecting Divinity, where I do intuitive tarot and oracle readings. So you can reach me there if you would like to work with me directly. I also have the option for virtual one-on-one sessions if you want to work with me more deeply, more directly, that's an option as well. I appreciate you. I wish you all the best. I give you my love. Until next time. Bye, reading 2. Hi, reading 3. If you chose Uruz, the bull, this is your reading. So we're going to start with tarot. And this is the Unfolding Path Tarot. And we're going to do a 4-card spread that's from the book about where your path is leading you today. And the first card being where it's bringing you. The second being any blessings along the way. The third card being any possible challenges or obstacles in your way. And the fourth card being how you can work through that challenge or obstacle. So that one wanted out. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we've got the Three of Wands. We've got the Eight of Cups. We've got the Fool. And we've got the Sun. Wow. Okay. So, considering that Uruz and the bull was coming in with this powerful strength and potent energy, that's really wild, you know, it's not a tamed force. It could go in so many directions. But with the Three of Wands, this feels like you are stepping out and in a new direction. I mean, with the Eight of Cups, there is that sense of a new direction, leaving something behind that used to emotionally fulfill you, right? But there is that sense of you don't know exactly what this future, this path may hold, that there's a lot of potential and you are following your intuition. But the challenge is to fully jump in with the Fool. Because there is that sense of you could turn around. With the Three of Wands, with the Eight of Cups, you could turn around, and there's still a sense of like a tie to what it is that you would like to be in your past, that is in your past, or you would like it to be the past. But sometimes the ties to old patterns, dynamics, are hard to break. But the Eight of Cups is telling you to trust your gut, to follow your heart, to listen to your intuition. That is the significance here, that the more you listen to your intuition, you listen to yourself, your inner wisdom, that will help you to overcome the challenge of the Fool. That sense of like, it can be really scary to be starting over in a way where you feel like you don't quite have your footing, that everything is new and different and you're not sure what to make of it. But with the Sun here, I mean, this is blessing the whole reading and saying, it's okay, like you are protected. And the way to approach this jumping in is coming from that perspective of, I am following my heart. I am trusting my intuition. I am committed to the ideas that I've had, the path that I've laid out. I've trusted that spark, and my guides and angels are supporting me in this. You can feel that push of the Uruz energy, that bull energy. It's like pushing at your back, ready to get you to jump in and follow the butterflies, you know, like it can feel a bit silly is what I am getting. And that very adult kind of embarrassment of like being embarrassed at being silly, at being perceived as being silly or foolish. That is where the Sun can come in and is asking you to let go of that unnecessary judgment. It does feel unnecessary. We have 31 reality check, assessment, exploration, honesty, determination. And we have 16, blessing in disguise, trust, revelation, significance, surprise. You're being asked to commit to your path, really. That you have been listening to your intuition, to your heart, to that exploration, but there's been a part of you potentially that can doubt sometimes and make you feel more stuck, like you don't know where to go. But I just know that Spirit is there saying your intuition is right. That is your reality. There's no good or bad. And I can't help but see the Fool and the Blessing in Disguise card. These two like youthful, like juvenile representations with a balloon. You're meant to be surprised. You don't have to know the outcome. You don't have to have it all laid out in front of you. That it's enough to take one step at a time, to keep coming back to your center, to yourself. And I love that there's this balance between, exploring, but also assessing. It's like you're not going in blind, you're going in very open and aware, but expecting positive things. That's also key for you to be open to how blessings come in for you. To let go of the fears. I'm seeing that balloon above the girl as holding in all the thoughts that are limiting beliefs. Things that we carry around, but you wonder, well, why am I carrying this around? Why don't I just let it go? Why do I have to contain it? So, considering where you may have limiting beliefs that would prevent you from really seeing your reality in a neutral way, in a way that you can assess it honestly, I keep feeling that some people may be judging you or kind of treating you like you aren't on a serious path, like they're not taking you seriously, that they see you again in this foolish way. But they're entirely wrong, is what I'm feeling. I feel like they have their head in the sand, that they are misguided by their own limiting beliefs. It's like a projection onto you. So if they're trying to hand off their balloon of negative thoughts to you, don't be shy about popping it. is a feeling, I'm hearing like it's not their business. That if you are feeling called to start over, to explore a new path, to put yourself out there towards something that makes you happy, that lights you up. If you're coming from a balanced, aligned place, then there's nothing wrong with that. You're feeling that all that potential there. You're riding that wave. If you're not hurting anyone, what's the big deal? You have weight of the world, boundaries. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. It's not yours to carry that balloon, right? That balloon that belongs to someone else that's full of negative crap. That's not yours to carry. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Again, your intuition, your heart cannot possibly lead you astray. You are always on the path home. Home to yourself, who it is that you really are, your soul self. It's time to release what isn't your reality, what isn't your truth, and to commit to the path and not to question it at every turn. You know, it's not a straight line. It'll feel like you're going one way and there's a change of direction. But always just trusting that moving forward, continuing, is really the only way. Otherwise you're stagnant, right? That's where Spirits was saying, like, not to turn around. It's like you've been there before, you know? What good will it do to turn around? Keep leaning into your intuition, your ability to see, you know, your third eye, being very much online. And if you feel like you need to pause, like, that is a time to establish those boundaries again and to cleanse and release and rest and remind yourself of your mission that you are feeling called to, your path that you are on. Just because someone else can't see your path does not mean that it's not there or that you're not on it. They just can't see it. And that's not on you. That's not your problem. So this is your final message from the Magic of You Oracle, and I will read from the book. Okay, we have 16 Merrick, I'm not sure. Embrace oneness with the universe. And I will read from the book. Are you rushing through life, trying to achieve and acquire? When Merrick appears, it's time to take a deep breath and slow down. Consider there are simple, small, happy things around you, to which you are blind whilst you fixate on and desire larger goals and larger expectations that are making you feel increasingly cut off, frustrated, or despondent. The girl of Merrick has stepped up away from her desk, out of the kitchen, away from others' expectations. She has chosen to walk, not drive. She treads slowly in order to fully sense and notice the little things around her. Her heart lifts with a great sense of happiness. At her feet spring luscious berries and sweetly scented flowers. The world around her swells with pleasure as it senses itself being noticed and appreciated. It is time to step lightly in the world and be grateful for what you have. Notice the small things. The answers you seek reside in the small achievements and enjoyments of each day, and in your willingness to be one with the universe. Know that your role and place in the world is just as essential as anyone and anything else's. Yeah, reading 3. Taking those small, light steps. Like each small step is following your intuition, is trusting the universe, is taking the time to soak in all the goodness, all the happiness, being open to the happiness again, being open to having the surprise, expecting the good, right? This is a shift, but it's an important shift, and it's a shift that is in alignment with where you're at right now. You're seeing the world in a new way, and it may take time for people to see this new version of you. But I do feel people will come to appreciate or get a better understanding of who it is that you are stepping into, this like fuller version of you. That it will take some time, but I think for the most part people will begin to see this. But it's going to take them more time, you know? So for a while it's going to be trusting your inner compass. But Spirit is with you, helping direct you. You're not alone in this. But it can sometimes feel like you're the only one you know of doing this, being called to this. But the universe is responding and recognizing you, recognizing them, recognizing the consciousness, the oneness of the universe, which is beautiful. So, I hope this helped you, reading 3. If you'd like to see more videos from me, then please subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate those of you who have. I would love it if you enjoyed this reading to give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more from me in a different format, I do have an Instagram at Reflecting Your Divinity. And I have also been soft launching my business slowly but surely. And so you are welcome to work with me. I have an Etsy shop where you can receive intuitive tarot and oracle readings. I also have the option available to work virtually one-on-one. If you want to go into a bit more in-depth work, we can do that. So that's what I have for you today. I thank you. I wish you all the best. I give you my love. Until next time, bye, reading 3.